welcome to the channel. If you haven't been before, then there's a subscribe button somewhere, there's a like button somewhere if you like, there's a dislike if you don't like, and there's comments. You can leave comments and I'll try and answer any questions you've got, or just leave a comment for the hell of it. Why not? Right, what we're looking at today is HOTAS, or HOTAS. Is it HOTAS or HOTAS? I don't know. You can maybe answer that. But I know what a HOTAS is, and that's a hands-on throttle and stick. We have an example of one here, which is the Thrustmaster HOTAS 4, which is compatible with the PlayStation 4 and the PSVR. There is also a Ace Combat 7 version of this, which actually has Ace Combat 7 logo on here, but other than that, is exactly the same. So if you want to see more about this particular HOTAS, which I've had for quite some time, take a look at the video that's linked above, and that will give you the information that you want to know on this. But also, to go with one of these, you can also have some of these, which are Rudder Pedals. Now, these are also Thrustmaster, and as you can see, these ones are designed to go with this HOTAS here. Little plug, plugs in, boom, you've got pedals that move forwards, backwards, and they have like a pedal thing there as well. And that's compatible with a couple of games on the PSVR as well, actually. So, Eve Valkyrie, Ultra Wings. These aren't the main focus today. Oh, I should also say, if you're on a PC, you can also use this for the PC. And you can also then use these Rudder Pedals independently of the stick as well, with this adapter that comes with a stick. So I can just plug this USB into PC and bam, there's Rudder Pedals. So that brings me on to an unboxing, because we'll be keeping these and this so that I still have a rudder, and it will be in with this. And I need to get a knife to open the box. Got a knife. Yeah, pen knife. It's opening somewhere. Yeah, trusty pen knife. We like unboxing things. They're fun. Right, let's see. Ooh. So, I was lucky enough to get this stick, a little bit of a cut down price, because the HOTAS that's in here, the box has been opened, and oh, we've got some of these things. I like these. Sort of like this. And they go. Not as good as bubble wrap, but can you see? You can't. Yes, you can. Should we do that again? Check that. This, as we can see, is labelled as the Sci-Tech version. Okay, I thought it was going to be the Logitech version, but Logitech bought Sci-Tech, and it's the Sci-Tech version. May explain why it's a lot cheaper. So we're going to open that up. Like I said, it's been opened before as a test version, but gave me quite the discount for that, so I don't mind. Oh, I need more. There's more tape. There's more tape. There is more tape. Right. In case you're wondering, this normally retails at about 220, 230 odd pounds, and I got it for the low price of 130 pounds. So yeah, £100 off for the box apparently just being opened and it being tested. So everything should be in here, and it should all be good and working. I think the top crate part of the box would have been there. We've got, here we go. There is a thing there. Quick start guides. Don't need knife. Take this out one bit at a time. See, this one comes in two different pieces. This base. So this is the main base of the HOTAS. This is going to have the stick attached in there. You can see there's like a coil spring there, which you can change to. There should be a spare coil spring somewhere in there, which is here. So we have spare coil spring. We'll see which one we like using later. We then have the actual stick. Here we go. So this feels nice. Oh, this feels quite nice actually. I like the. It's got that kind of, you know, that textured kind of rubberized, slightly rubberized plastic feel. So it is a full plastic construction. I'm not sure whether the innards of this this part is metal or plastic. Hopefully they're all good and durable. Weight-wise, it's okay. Quite big, so it should hopefully be solid. I think there's a couple of rubberized feet there, and there are mounting holes so that I could put screws through and mount it to a plate or something else like that. This kind of connects in, obviously, into here. I need to get this right. Okay. We just twist this on. Sometime later. And just like magic, here is our main stick. So there are obviously some differences between the old one. Like I say, we've got some rubber feet on the bottom. It's got full motion there, which is a square type motion. Feels nice, springy in the middle. Responsive. Size-wise, it fits my hand quite well. One of the things I was always told to watch out for with this is this stick. Apparently a lot of people say that the stick length is really long, and you know, you end up with a problem of where the handrest is. But I'm actually finding that a nice, comfortable height, I think, though time will tell. You can obviously see there's a good amount more buttons on here. So on the T-Flight HOTAS 4 from Taskmaster, which you could have watched in the information up there, doesn't have quite as many. So we've got like a button up here. We have a 8-way hat there, another hat here, another hat here. Now each of these sort of 4-way or 8-way hats have a different shape, so that no matter what, I can feel immediately. Let's make that closer. I can feel immediately which one my hand is going to be on, because obviously in VR, I want to be all covered up, and I want to be able to go, oh, this one is that. Oh, okay, I can see what people are saying about high now, because that's quite high to get to the hats. So yeah, there is normally also an additional, there it is, there is an additional rest that you can have on here, down the base, to help raise your hand up for there. Though, if I have my hand down here, it's okay. Moving up there, I think I might feel thumb strain, and if I'm using all of the controls up here very often. There's also a button on the side, a button at the front. I'm not sure if it's only one stage. I think it's one stage. Don't feel two stage. So straight up clicky. We also have a little thumb nubby stick, like a little miniature thumbstick, which also acts as a button, as a push down button, but also acts as a normal thumbstick. We have a little pinky button in there, and we have another lever, pull lever. So though that is plastic, that feels kind of okay. I think it's a pinky one, that's okay, quite clicky. Not like an analog modulated one there. But that's that part. We've now also got the throttle. So that's the stick part, hands on throttle and stick. Here's the throttle. So let's put this one over here. This would be separate. Yeah. USB end on here. And we've got another USB end on here. So these go separately. Unlike the previous one, which is... Let's take a look. Unlike the Thrustmaster HOTAS 4 here, which this of course can be separated out with a wire that's sticking in between and only uses the single USB, the throttle and the stick on this both have their own USB. So you can use them independently. Or together, or with another stick. I could use the throttle with a different stick, or the stick with a different throttle, and I can use my pedals as well still. So PC gives me that flexibility. Also, if you really want, you could use these on a PS4 with a little help from something else. And we're going to show you what that is. And we're back, and we have this. This is a Cronusmax Plus little USB dongle, and it has basically an output written there, and it has input written there, and then it has PC prog written on the side. I don't know if you can see that. I don't think you can, but it says PC prog. Now basically, this gets plugged into your PS4. This bit goes to a PC. This bit, you have your normal controller plugged in, and then you use your PC controls, these all plugged into your PC, and it reroutes these controls through to your PS4. So I could use this to also play on the PC side, and it will simulate using a normal DS4 controller. Quite handy if you want it and you have a spare PC and you have things like that. But I'm actually getting that more for the PC side than the PS4, because you can end up with, depending on your setup, maybe a little tiny bit of delay, and we'll see. Anyhow, getting back to the review. Okay, enough of the Cronusmax stuff. Let's get this bad boy out. So here we have the throttle, and as you can probably see, this has got quite a bit more to it than the Thrustmaster. So if you're familiar with the Thrustmaster, you know that you have like your four normal buttons that you expect on a PlayStation. So your square, your triangle, your circle, and your X. And then you'd have a couple of buttons that was at the front of that controller, and then you have the rocker, and that's about it. With this, we've got a few more things. Number one, you've got your simple straight up. Oh, that's really very smooth, but wow, that's a good amount of force. I was told to expect that. We do have a loosen and a tightener here, So we can tighten or loosen. That was actually the loosen part. Is that loose that way or tighten that way? I think it's loose that way. So, yeah, that's a bit. I'm told there's a bit of a wearing in, but if you was in a real-life aircraft anyway, you'd have a little bit of a smoother transition like that anyway. This apparently loosens off a bit after a while, and I hope so, because that feels really heavy. So, it's not super fast arcadey, it's more sim-like. You can also tell this is split into two sections. I think, there we go. How do we do that? Sometime afterwards. Yes. So as you can see, I've actually got two independent thrusts I can use. That's going to be quite handy for me when I fly a Harrier, because you've got two different things that you control with a Harrier and other craft that likes two things. So I can actually use both of them together as one, or I can split it into two separate throttle controls if I'm flying something that requires two. And let's just put that together in there. There we go. Now, the other controls I've got on here is a couple of buttons up front. I've got another sort of hat switch type thing. We have a dial that feels like it's got nice sort of positive clicky motion. We've got this rotational dial to keep on going. It's got a stop place in it, so it's got obviously a full max and min range, so it's not discontinuous. We've got another one down here, and that's got a full max and a min range. We have a, I don't know if it's just an actual analog slider on here. Same plastic, same sort of like a, you know, that tactile plastic. It feels quite nice. It's quite a satisfying feel. We have a button down here. We have another joystick, like thumbstick, that's also a push button. We have another thumbstick, which I don't think that's a push button. We've got two thumbsticks down here as well. I think these are possibly 4-way switches or 8-way switches on there. So you've got full analog thumbstick, 4-way, a twizzly thing, another twizzly thing, two buttons, another, I think it's a 4-way hat, a push button, and another push button. That's a lot of buttons. Then we have some switches. Now, the switches are kind of interesting. So these switches always return to middle. We also have a big switch here. So this is basically a mode switch. So you can have 3 separate profiles on this. So I could turn this, and all of the buttons would be a separate profile, separate actions. The entire thing is also backlit, so would have different colors. So that's kind of a lot of controls. So basically, you can triple the amount of controls you've got. Each switch has a forwards and a down, so an up and down or forwards and backwards. It's simply like pressing a button, so that is the same as doing a switch. We kind of got these guards in between, so I could kind of feel, I think that's going to be good. If I wanted to grab back, I'd be able to tell and not immediately push one of these by accident. I think they're quite positive. They're quite springy positive. That feels quite good. Then we have 2 rotational dials. So we've got like a volume-y type dials, and they have a minimum and maximum. None of them are just freewheeling. And then again we have another set of 4 switches that are up and down there, up and down there, up and down there, and they'll be like button presses, so I can map those to anything I like, though I'm not sure about the placement of these couple of ones. I don't know if I'll use these ones much. I might use that one a bit, that one. I think that some of these might be an odd place, maybe something that I don't use too often you could maybe use on for these ones here. But yeah, that's all really cool. So we're going to try that out. That's kind of the unboxing. We'll get into more of what this can do. So I'm going to be using this and having some good fun. Hopefully we'll do some more Elite Dangerous with this. We'll figure out if I'm going to use the handrest on there. What else we got in the box? Got the other spring, warranties. We got some stickers for the Cytec ones. This will obviously use the maybe it's got a hardware update patches and Logitech stuff. It'll all go through the same Logitech software that I use for my steering wheel, which is over there. So though it says Cytec, that's all been taken over by Logitech, so it'll all work under the Logitech's software. And I'm really, really kind of looking forward to that, because I've already got all my software loaded, so yay! Next time we see this, we shall be trying some Elite Dangerous, and I'll go over this, and maybe we'll do another video if people want, in a couple of months' time, maybe, when I'm more used to this control, and can give you a better comparison between this, which is the X56 Rhino, and my older control, the Thrustmaster HOTAS 4. So, Thrustmaster HOTAS 4, let's line some stuff up here. All of the controls. This is one of the things you do get with VR. The accessories. The accessories matter with this stuff. When you've got your, the immersion, you want to feel it, and I've moved past this now. I've moved past this one generally. I want something a little bit more. So let's get boxes out of the way. Oh. Okay, so moving away from our old HOTAS 4 onto the new X56 Rhino, or new to me, and keeping with my pedals from Thrustmaster, which is pretty good. By the way, just for pricing reference, the HOTAS 4 over there is about £70 in the UK, £70–80 in the UK. These pedals are also around about the £80–90 mark, and this is usually around the £220 mark, and then moving kind of down from there, really. Like I say, I got this for £130 for that complete set. So this is the older Cytec version. There's some that will have the Logitech branding on as well, but basically the same deal. I did all of that with the white background. I meant to do it with a green background. Oh well.